Hey, Nana and Grandpa. This year, we wanted to do something really special to show our love, to show our appreciation for you guys, and really what you've done for us over the years. So us cousins, we got together. We got a lot of pictures, we got a lot of videos to really show you how much you guys mean to us. I hope that you love it. Hope that you can see how much we love you. What are some words that describe Nana?
Some words that describe Nana. Patient is probably the first one that comes to mind.
Artistic, kind, supportive, caring.
Loving, caring, very hospitable.
Patient, tolerant, and loving.
Obviously a great cook, calm and collected, and mindful.
Sharp, patient, and creative.
But yeah, just so loving, so caring for the rest of the family and for Papa too.
What are some words that describe Grandpa?
Witty, traveled, and happy.
Hilarious, loving, emotional.
Funny, mischievous, and maybe a little emotional.
Obviously the go-tos are funny, humorous. I also think of joyful.
Invested, and playful.
Just all around, just a loving, caring guy for his whole family as well as for people he doesn't even know.
So, do you think that Grandpa's crying right now?
Do I think Grandpa's crying now? Maybe. He at least has his tissues ready, probably holding them up in his hand right now.
No question.
Not even a question. Yes, he is. I'm just hoping I'm not in the splash zone and getting tears on myself from him.
I'll tell you what, if Grandpa is not crying a little bit right now, I probably haven't done a good enough job on this. So, there was this one time where I was riding the elevator with Grandpa, and we were going up to his place. There were some other people in the elevator with us, and they said, "Sir, where are you going?" And he goes, 6, straight face. They look at the numbers, and it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they ask him again, and go, "Sir, there's not a 6." And he's like, "All right, just press 5, and I'll walk up." And I think that so clearly just defines Grandpa on who he is, and silly enough, probably one of my favorite memories with him. What's your favorite thing about Nana and Grandpa?
Their support. As long as I'm doing something that makes me happy in a good way, they put their weight behind it.
Probably my favorite thing about them is simply their love for each other.
Seeing how much they love each other, it's very sweet to see all the time.
Just to be going 60 plus years of faithfully loving the same person is kind of unheard of nowadays. And to see that lived out is really something really cool to see and to be a part of as a family. My favorite thing is just the way they take care of each other and just love each other no matter the situation that they're put in.
My favorite thing about Nana and Grandpa is that they just work together. They're so supportive, they have each other's back through this thing we call life, and I think it's amazing. How would you rate Grandpa's jokes on a scale of 1 to 10?
Say that they are too good.
So, I'd probably give him like a 9. 9.2 out of 10.
7 for execution, 10 for effort.
More good days than bad days, so I'd probably put it at like an 8 out of 10.
I think he's he think he's on most of the time, but I think there's some, inappropriate jokes, that slip out, take him back to that 9.2 range. But mostly he's 10s across the board. I think he has fantastic humor, and hopefully it's transferring to me a little bit.
Can be good, they can be bad, but they are always something that will make you laugh for sure.
What's more impressive about Nana? Her artistic ability or her putting up with Grandpa?
Trick question. Her putting up with Grandpa is an art form in itself, so.
Grandpa, hands down.
And for that, I'll have to go with the one that requires both skill and practice, which is putting up with Grandpa.
No, I'm just kidding. It's a close one. I think her artistic ability definitely surpasses having to put up with Grandpa. And she's come a long way, in the last 5-10 years, with her art, and that makes me, very happy for her.
Her artistic ability or her patience? It's got to be her patience with Papa, and not to say that he's hard to deal with, but I know, especially the past couple of years, life has been not the easiest for the both of them, and yet she's just persevered through that and continued to love Papa, continued to love this family, and be patient with all of us as well as with him through that. So I'd say her patience, as well as great as her artwork is back there, her patience is unmatched.
What makes Nana and Grandpa role models to you?
Is that they've always taken the time to teach and mentor people, and I think that's very valuable and important, and something I want to do also.
One of the reasons why Nana is a role model for me is just because she seems so even keel. And I have so much respect for people that, don't get too high and don't get too low and are just really within themselves. And it's something that I've always had difficulties with, as I'm a, pretty emotional type of guy. But it's just something that I can really, really learn from, as I have to handle, difficulties, in life as I go through.
Nana and Grandpa are open and willing to see the world for all the highs, lows, and weirdness that comes in between. And through that all, it seems that they've found that their love for each other and their love for their family is something that's really stayed with them. And that's the type of person I hope to grow to be.
I think just to live life to its fullest, and really just to kind of not think about the consequences.
Grandpa's one of my role models, for several reasons, but just in terms of like how he lives his life. He's never too serious. He's serious when he needs to be, but he really spreads in that humor throughout to keep it interesting, to keep it positive, and that's something that really sticks out to me, and how I want to live my life.
Papa was telling a story to me, a couple months ago actually, and on how they decided to start traveling originally, and they just got, I believe it was boat tickets, and they said, we don't know what we're gonna do, but we're gonna do it, and we're gonna love doing it. And that, I think that's so cool, because especially now that me and a lot of the other cousins are grown up, I'm sure we're all thinking kind of the same things, and we're just thinking about the consequences and the decisions that need to be made with our future. So it's really cool to hear that back when they started being a couple and just being married, that they didn't care what was going to happen as long as they had each other. I think that's just awesome about them.
What's up? It's Davide, back, How y'all doing? Alright. We're gonna get serious. What about Nana and Grandpa? Why are Nana and Grandpa so important to you? Why are Nana and Grandpa so important to you? Why are Nana and Grandpa so important to you?
Why are Nana and Grandpa so important to me? Well, because I love them. And also, they always have good advice when I ask for it.
The biggest thing for me is growing up, how supportive they were of me, whether it was sports or whatever else I came with. They were always there to support me. And now seeing going to and back from Buffalo Grove, that can be a bit of a trek. So just like seeing it now and looking back now that they were able to come to so many of like my whatever baseball or football or whatever games, yeah, that really means a lot to me, and the love and the support, and for me growing up is just it's really special, and I really do appreciate it.
Nana and Grandpa have done a lot of living in their lives, and that's something I've always admired. You can only get there through a lot of love and a lot of care for the people that are close to you. And I feel that Nana and Grandpa have done a lot to put me on a path to having a life like that, to spending my next years really living. And that's the best gift you could ask for.
What's one thing that you feel you've learned from Nana and Grandpa?
I think just having them in my life has, taught me about the importance of having family in your life.
What have I learned from Nana and Grandpa? I've learned so much. I've learned to be, more supportive. I've learned to find those things that, really, truly make me happy. I've learned to do things that make others happy, as well. I think that's one of those things that, Nana and Grandpa, they've given me so much. They've given me gifts and done so much for me in my life, up until this point. It really motivates me to do more, for strangers and for, people that I know very well, like family and friends, to really have a more fulfilling life.
Be yourself, and above all, find someone that can deal with you being yourself.
Biggest thing I've learned from Nana and Papa is what a marriage should look like, especially after 60 plus years of unconditionally loving each other. I don't think I'm the only one in the room that has learned that. I think you set an example for all of the sisters and their husbands on what a marriage should look like. You set an example for all the cousins on what a marriage should look like. So just for you to continue to love each other for so long and so unconditionally, I think is the biggest thing I've learned